Okay, so at the class, we said the first process, like that was just doing this and making the dog stay longer inside the bucket. And when the dog put the head in there, that's when we were just throwing food in there, right? And we have to be very generous with our food, as we were saying before. So right here, right here, right here. So that's what we did in the class. So what is the next step? Obviously, we have to now teach her about the marker without being so close to us. This is the time when we start putting the bucket in a different location. And the different location can be really, really close to us. So this example, she goes there, and this is when I will start using the clicker. That's why I was showing that to you at the class. So she goes there, and then I click in here, and then I give her the foot in here. The reason we are doing that is because we are going to downsize in the bucket. We're going to do something smaller, smaller, smaller until we get to the clicker. Excuse me, until we get to the muzzle. Obviously, we are not going to use the muzzle today. And this is when I start changing the size of the bucket. I have the yogurt container, which is something that we are not using right now. And we start doing that. But if my dog still has problems with going away from me to put the head in the bucket, then I can put the bucket again between my legs. But at this point we're at that level that she goes there, and I click or I say yes, depending on how you guys want to work. And it is the same idea. So I'll put it in there. It gets inside the bucket. I click. Probably you don't hear the clicker, but I am pressing the clicker every time. Actually, I will say yes, that way you can see it. She goes there, yes. And then I say yes, and she accesses the food. She goes in there. I say yes, and she comes to get the food, right? So that is the next step. Trying to make her go to the bucket to grab the food. Yes, and then here. And eventually, since we know that she likes this one, that's when we'll start using this one for her. And this one, there's no way we can put through here when she puts the head in here. So, we do it here. Yes, and then she goes in here, and then we do say yes, and then let her have the food. And that's the reason we teach her how to go in the big buckets and move away from it, because we're going to downsize. Yes, so I will put it in here, that way you guys can see it. And actually this is more like the closest thing to the muzzle. Push, yes. And then from there, I can teach my dogs how to stay here longer until they hear me saying yes, clicking, or asking them to do something else. But in this case, it's just to teach them how to stay there longer. So I go here. Yes. And then I reward them. I present this. She goes in. Yes. And that's your next step. Downsizing from the bucket we had last time. Yes. To this one in here. So from the big one to smaller to smaller. And then after this one, we're gonna just get in the muzzle. Yes. And obviously when we get to see the dogs being very consistent and going in here, then I can actually name this bucket muzzle, like the way we are gonna use the real muzzle. Muzzle? Sorry. Muzzle? Yes. And that's how we're gonna be doing these exercises. And obviously the reason I teach you this is because many clinics will ask you to put your dog on a muzzle no matter what. So that's why we start with these things. We want to be successful. Muzzle. Push. Yes. So remember, big bucket, smaller bucket, and then we move to this container. Oops, sorry. And then we can try to make it with the muzzle. Obviously, this one I have to hold it because you might just knock it down, and we don't want that. Muzzle. She goes in. Yes. Muzzle. Yes. And I can place this one in different parts of the room. I can stick it to a wall or something like that, and that's your next step. And from there, doing the muzzle is really simple, something that we might double check at the end of the class. And thank you so much, and I will be teaching you the next 2 steps in our class. Thank you, and we will see you soon.